Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Reading Horror Stories on Reddit. I'm your host, Pharo. Now today, we are doing something brand new on the channel. This is not something I've ever seen anybody else do before, but we are going to be going through some of these horror stories on this subreddit called No Sleep. A lot of the themes, a lot of, the videos up to this point have been only horror video genre theme related stuff. So I figured we could go through one of these, use our imagination, read through it together, gather around a campfire, you feel what I'm saying? And just go through some of these stories. I'll give y'all my thoughts on it. We can go through it together. And consider it a try not to get scared challenge. So that's what we finna do today. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present to y'all No Sleep. I already went ahead and went through a couple of these stories. I didn't read any of them. I just wanted to find one that looked interesting and maybe we could riff off of it, make it, into something, make it into a video. I found this one called I'm a Graveyard Watchman. My wife's corpse is missing. This sound like some Thriller, Michael Jackson, MTV type nonsense. So that's what we finna get into today. It looks like it was submitted by Relative Obscurity. I think that's the name of the person who submitted it. That's what we're gonna be getting into today, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, let's go and get ahead on into this. But let me set the mood first. Let me set the tone. And I'm gonna put my headphones on for this just so I can get into it, so I can hear the music too. So if you don't got your headphones on, you don't got your earphones on, turn your lights off. Ignore these bright motherfuckers in front of me. Just do what I'm telling you to do so you can get into it. All right, let's do this. Does this sound scary enough? This don't sound scary enough. I need a compilation. I need a compilation. Hold up. I don't know any other way that I could set the tone than this, bro. If you played Black Ops 2, you know what this is from. All right, anyways, I'm a graveyard watchman. My wife's corpse is missing. When a person loses someone special, their attachment to them fades over time. But for me, after I lost Annie, I had the opposite reaction. Having quickly gone from visiting her grave once a week to twice to 4 times to every day. I knew it wasn't healthy. I knew it wasn't right. But the more I thought about her out there on her own, I just couldn't bear to leave her alone. Now, okay, hold up, bro. I understand that people grieve over shit differently than everybody else, bro, right? If you going through something, you gonna grieve it differently than the next person. I don't like going to see somebody's grave, man. Like, I just feel so weird. Like graveyards, like cemeteries, that shit make me feel like weird, bro. Just looking around, like, so somehow I managed to land a job at the graveyard itself, working the literal graveyard shift as a night watchman, which afforded me the opportunity of being close to Annie's grave, at least half a day, every day. Now, this is kind of some weird shit, bro, because, okay, I understand people grieve differently, but this motherfucker said that they was visiting a dead, deceased wife every single day, and to the point where they got a job at the cemetery. Don't that shit kind of sound creepy a little bit? Like, not to, like, impede on your mourning, bro, but, like, mourn how you need to, but she gone, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Truth is, if I could have worked around the clock just to be close to her at all times, I would have. But I had to eat and had to sleep. And also, they just wouldn't let me. So when I wasn't patrolling the graveyard premises or taking a piss break, I made the most of the time I did get with her, telling her jokes and stories, reading her books, and bitching about how the world's gone to just like I used to. All of which she can't hear, bruh. None of them jokes is hitting, bruh. You're not getting no type of laughs on those. She can't hear the books, none of that. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you, but bro, like, come on, man. Go home. Go home. Watch some television. Write in a journal if you have to. You know how you can talk to her? You know how you can talk to your deceased wife, bro? You know what you can do? You can pray, bro. I'm just kidding. Do whatever you feel you need to do, bro. But anyways, let's keep going. And for a while, all was right again. One could call it obsessive or delusional. It is definitely obsessive, bro. Y'all ever seen that movie Obsessed, bro? I forget who was in that movie. I think Beyonce was in it, where that white bitch was like following around her husband and like broke into the crib trying to kill her and shit. If y'all haven't seen the movie Obsessed, go watch it, bro. She was literally the definition of obsessed. Like, you know how Mariah Carey said, "Why you so obsessed with me? Boy, I wanna know." Like, that literally describes bro perfectly right here, bro. Go home. Go take a nap, bro. Go sleep it off. You know what probably is happening, bro? Bro is probably sleep deprived. Bro got a job working graveyard shift. Can't sleep because he only thinking about his wife and how she dead and shit. He probably just needs some sleep, bro. Quit this job. Go do whatever it was you was doing before. Okay? You don't gotta be sad all the time, bro. This is what I be saying, man. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Like, I wanna know how long this was going on. Cause I feel bad talking like this if this is like a couple of weeks ago. But he got a job there, bro. How fast was the graveyard? How fast was the cemetery hiring? Overnight? They said we need staff. They hired you on the spot as soon as you did your interview. How did you end up here so fast? That's what I'm saying. Bro's been grieving for at least a couple weeks. At least a couple weeks, bro. If not months. And he's still going. Okay, let me keep going though. He's still going through this. Anyways. And for a while, all was right again. One could call it obsessive or delusional or just plain sad. But for me, it was a weird return to normalcy. Like I had somehow found a hack. A way to keep our relationship going. Long after Annie was gone. That is, until those fuckers ruined everything. The thing about my town's graveyard was, despite the fact it was very small and in the middle of the wilderness, you mean to tell me that you are chilling at night working graveyard shift in the woods, in the middle of the woods, bro? Can't see not a gas station, not a car, not a nothing for miles, and you just in that motherfucker at night just so you can be near your wife? Why ain't you just get her cremated, bro? Wear her on your neck or some shit. Okay, see, this video gonna give me a ton of hate. I don't mess with cemeteries. Okay, that's the disclaimer. That's what I want y'all to take away from this. I don't mess with cemeteries. So if I could get out of having to go, I would. I don't need motherfucking dead corpses rising up out the ground trying to motherfucking Thriller dance in this motherfucker. Like, no, bro, I don't need that, bro. I don't know, bro. Do something. Carry a picture in your wallet. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Anyways. Like I said, bro, grieve however you need to. If you want to go to cemeteries at 2 a.m, do whatever you want, bro. I'm just talking shit. Despite the fact it was very small in the middle of the wilderness, one of its graves, that of a rich oil tycoon buried there over 100 years prior, had been known to attract, I guess, what one would call unsavory characters. I'm just playing. Grave robbers who sought to unearth an artifact, a pendant to be precise, rumored to be extremely valuable and at the same time extremely cursed. And as the graveyard night watchman, it was my sole responsibility to protect the cemetery, its graves, and the oil tycoon's treasure, from said grave robbers. Hold up. So people were digging up graves, trying to recover an artifact from an oil tycoon, a pendant. Why was it so valuable? What was it made out of? Gold? So people are running into this cemetery in the middle of the woods, let's not forget, trying to dig up buried treasure, bro. So they gonna be digging like in the movie Holes, bro. Like they gonna be digging up just a bunch of random holes. They gonna dig up all type of carcass, bro. All type of corpses, bro. Them motherfuckers gonna climb out the damn casket saying, bro, see, this is already getting creepy. Remember, bro, these are just stories, bro. These not real. I hope they not. I hope they not. I hope they're not. For the first few months of my tenure, I had encountered 4 attempts at plundering the oil tycoon's burial site, and had successfully stopped all 4, each time discovering that the grave robbers were just mischievous teens. But the 5th time, well, the 5th time didn't go as smoothly. It was a summer's night in July of 2019. What was I doing in July of 2019? That was the summer I had graduated high school. I had just started working. I wasn't doing shit. All this was going on. Where was I at? Probably sleep somewhere. It was a summer's night in July of 2019 when, after patrolling the cemetery grounds and stopping at my wife's grave to say hello, just as I always did, I saw flashlights. I saw flashlights approaching, huh? Like this, huh? Okay, let me stop. All that blinking, I know that's not good for y'all. I'm sorry. Not again, I thought to myself, realizing that the lights were coming. Okay, this music ain't doing it for me. Hold up. Here we go. You feel that? You feel that tremor? I know y'all feel that, bro. I should have been using this music. Okay, now it's gonna get real now. We was playing in the beginning, but the mood done changed. What's that from? That's from a song. That's Eminem. Anyways, but when the lights grew closer, I spotted 3 haggard men. One quite tall and ogreish, one short and bald, and the third of average height with a long gray beard, each carrying shovels as they bickered with one another. That is, until they saw me. Well, look what we got here. If it ain't the local law enforcement, the short man joked, causing the other 2 to break out into laughter. That I am, I said, as I stepped out from my wife's grave and into the path, blocking them from their escape route. I'm gonna ask that you kindly step aside. I'm afraid I can't do that. Well, then I'm afraid you're gonna end up like the others in here. Listen, pal, just do as my friend said, step aside, and no harm will be done to you, the bearded man, and presumably the leader, threatened. Now, okay, see, this is what I'm talking. Okay, so first of all, you work in graveyard shift. You alone, bro. Do you have security? Do you have backup? Who can you call in a situation like this? Is it just you and a shovel? Is your wife gonna see? I don't even want to make assumptions, bro. Is your wife gonna come out the grave? Is she gonna be your backup? I don't think so, bro. It sounds. How many men is it? 3? 3 against 1, 2 against 1, bro. You lose this every single time. My man's way too confident. Let's see why. Suddenly, I saw something glimmer. It was the oil tycoon's pendant dangling from his shirt pocket. Sorry, pal. Return the pendant, and no harm will be done to you. Suddenly, they all broke out into laughter before the ogreish man came running over, knocked me down, and pinned me to the ground. Then they all charged at me and began pummeling me, pause, over and over, pause, until I nearly passed out. Pause! Descriptive language, yes, but okay, bro, I get it. He put you on the ground. That's when I heard the short man stop, as if realizing something. Wait a minute. Remember when we were staking out the place? How this guy's always hanging around the grave? Why do you think that is? I heard him ask, my ears ringing from the pain. The bearded man crouched down, reached into my pocket, removed my wallet, and then my ID. He looked at my license, then over at the grave. It's because he's related to them, which means it's only right that we make one more stop on the way out, he explained, before walking over to my wife's grave, lifting up his shovel, see, he about to get disrespectful, striking it into the dirt and breaking ground. As soon as you do that, bro, cursed forever. As soon as you do that, you are literally cursed, bro. Once that casket gets lowered into the grave and they cover that motherfucker with some dirt, leave it alone. This is why I leave cemeteries alone, period, bro. Them, you mess around, disrespect the wrong spirit, bro, that motherfucker gonna follow you home. I don't care, bro. you gonna be cautious for the rest of your day at least. You don't believe in ghosts? Fine. You don't believe in spirits? Fine. You don't believe in afterlife? Fine. I guarantee you get back to your crib, you walk into your bathroom with all the lights off, you gonna turn them motherfuckers on a little bit faster. I promise you, bro. We are conditioned to know and to fear the unknown, bro. What I'm saying is y'all don't know if ghosts are real, bro. Y'all don't know if the spirit world is real. Y'all don't. There could be a motherfucker right here next to me, bro, staring at me in the face, smiling with his mouth open. Pause. He broke ground. he took a shovel, he dug it into the ground, he broke ground. He about to dig his wife out of the ground. Disrespectful as shit. No. How do you voice act this? No, I mumbled, unable to get up, as I proceeded to watch the 3 grave robbers unearth my wife's casket and open it. Then the bearded man removed the necklace from her body and placed it in his pocket, along with the pendant. See, bro, straight to hell. You just did yourself in with that one, bro. There's no, you can't undo what you just did, bro. I swear to you. Like, you know them motherfuckers nowadays, like geologists, archaeologists, whatever they're called, digging up tombs, bro. Like ancient Egyptian tombs, like going into the pyramids, digging up like pharaohs and shit, like and unraveling mummies and stuff like that, bro. They in there for a reason. I'm just saying this shit was locked up for a reason, bro. Y'all is doing too much. Y'all is doing too much. At the very least, y'all gonna dig up one of these old ass corpses and you gonna unlock so many new diseases that you ain't even know existed, bro. I need y'all to chill. Keep looking at fossils, bro. The dinosaurs was doing it, bro. I don't know why y'all always want more. And now for you, he said, as he walked back over with his shovel. Within a matter of 15 minutes, they had dug out a new shallow grave beside that of my wife and tossed me into it before covering it with dirt and burying me alive? Who are you, bro? You better get to 1-inch punching like you're Kill Bill and get the fuck out of there. Nah, see, that is actually one of my biggest fears, is getting buried alive. I know this story's a little bit long, I'm talking a lot, but bro, that is actually one of my biggest fears, being buried alive, because I'm claustrophobic. I don't do well in tight spaces, bro. Like, I'd be wrestling with my uncles, my cousins and stuff like that. As soon as they put me in a headlock and I can't see no more, like I can't, like light isn't coming into my eyes, I start panicking, bro. I struggled and struggled for what felt like an eternity. I finally felt my hand penetrate the dirt and touch the cold night air before moving it to the ground for leverage and using it to push my head through the dirt. This motherfucker said like this, bro. Hold up. This motherfucker said like this, bro. Like the Undertaker, bro, reaching up out the ground like this, bro, before moving it back down to the ground for leverage. He said like this, bro. And pulled himself up out the ground. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Before pulling out the rest of my body. Oh, let me actually do the, what is it called? Onomatopoeia? Let me do that real quick. Before pulling out the rest of my body, I laid there, bloodied, dirt covered, and hyperventilating, terrified of what had just occurred. But I hadn't seen the worst of what was yet to come. If bro ends up catching them at some point in this story, did they come back to the cemetery? Or does he go looking for them? Because I feel like that changes everything, bro. In the context of the story, you either look like a serial killer or you get your opportunity at revenge. If you let it come to you, to me, that's just an opportunity. You already working around all these spirits, all this energy, all this, you know what I'm saying? Do you really want to promote that negativity in your life, bro? I feel like you should be extra cautious. Like morticians, like people that work with dead bodies and stuff like that, like I feel like you really got to protect your energy, bro. Especially in a situation like this, like he might be nice to the spirits, you know, he clean up the graves, you know, he might be in their good graces, but don't go looking for no trouble, bro, because all that shit come back around you full circle. Anyways, let's keep it going, bro. That's just my advice to y'all. Be careful be careful the energy you put out, bro, because it's gonna come back to you. The music got all psyched out for a minute. All right, let's keep going. I gathered all my energy and sat up, looking over to see my wife's unearthed casket. But when I looked inside it, her corpse was gone. These motherfuckers took her corpse, bro. I sat up again, this time to find a man hobbling over to me, his face corroded, his skin rotting, and his arms extended as he growled away. What is he, a fucking, sorry. What is he, a coyote? Why is he growling at you, bro? Is he a bear? Why is he near you like that? Why is he growling, skin rotting? That's when I saw the very shovel that the grave robbers had used to bury me alive, just lying there in the dirt. I picked it up. Just as the creature had charged over to me, its dirt-filled claws swinging in the air. But before it could strike, I swung the shovel and decapitated the terrifying monster, sending its head rolling off into the grass. Shocked by the series of events that had just unfolded, I ran as fast as I could in the direction of the cemetery gate. But as I passed the other graves, I couldn't help but notice that every one of them had been unearthed. See, I told you, see, that's not, they didn't dig up graves, bro. That's Michael Jackson, okay? He'll bring him back, bro. He's shooting a video right now, he gonna bring him back. I'm playing, y'all. I'm playing. Let's stay focused with me. Stay focused. Now, I would have suspected that the grave robbers had dug them all up, but not enough time had passed for that to be possible. And after thinking about the creature I had just encountered, it suddenly all became clear. The curse, I thought to myself. Remember the legend about the oil tycoon's artifact? The grave robbers had the pendant. They've awakened the cemetery's dead, and now they're all out there, including my wife. Annie, I thought to myself, my mind finally returning to her. After processing what had happened, she's out there somewhere. But before I could dwell on the thought too long, a horde of about 4 other creatures came hobbling up behind me, growling and gnawing their teeth in the air. This motherfucker started the apocalypse, bro. Them is zombies, bro. You better get inside. You better find you a tree house or something. Some other survivors. You better stock up on some fucking gas. I had no other choice but to run, fleeing the graveyard and heading into the forest that surrounded it. I thought about my options for a moment. Risk death to seek out my wife's undead corpse, or let it go and get the F out of there. But once again, I couldn't bear to think about my wife out there on her own, no matter what condition she was in. That is some simp shit. Bro, you have been given a second chance with the whole getting out. You were buried alive, bro. You've been given a second chance. Do what I said at the start of the video and just go home, bro. Didn't I say at the beginning this man hasn't slept? This man hasn't slept, bro. He's hallucinating. None of this is real, bro. You talking about ghouls and goblins, corpse getting up out the casket and walking away? This man going through it. He on that ayahuasca or whatever the f it's called. Bro ate the wrong kind of mushrooms. Bro got DoorDash delivery and put mushrooms on it. He put the wrong ones, bro. He was supposed to get the I don't even know what they're called, bro. Somebody made fried mushrooms and made it look like chicken. I was like, bro, if you ever serve me chicken made out of mushrooms, I'm slap you. But all right. Anyways, let's get back to this story, bro. We're almost finished. And so I set off further into the woods, listening for any sound of movement or crunching underbrush in the forest. Eventually, I caught up to a group of about 5 undead who all came charging at me at once. I swung my shovel with all my might back and forth, hacking off their arms, legs, and heads until only one remained. Who are you, fucking Jeffrey Dahmer, bitch? Like, oh. I swung my shovel with all my might back and forth, hacking off their arms, legs, and heads until only one remained. My wife? He can't do it. He can't do it. What's bro's name from The Walking Dead, bro? He was with his son, Morgan, bro. If y'all ever seen The Walking Dead, the show, not the game. If y'all ever seen the show, Morgan was with his son shooting walkers in the street, and he saw his wife, bro, walking up to the front door, and he couldn't shoot her, bro. He couldn't shoot her, bro. I don't know. Would y'all be able to do that, bro? In the apocalypse? Would you let your loved one walk around as the living undead, or would you help him go to sleep, bro? That's a terrifying question. I don't know how I'd answer that. Because if it was me personally, I would want you to rest in peace. I would want you to rest in peace. But at the same time, I don't think your loved one is still in there, bro. I don't think your loved one would still be in there. So killing them is not the same thing as killing your loved one. But they look alike, don't they? That is their body, ain't it? Walking around. That's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one. Damn, bro. We'll see what bro do. We don't even know his name, bro. I'm gonna just call him Jeffrey because he chopping off limbs and shit. Standing there, surrounded by a pile of body parts, see, was Annie, but at the same time, not Annie. Instead, her face had peeled away, leaving nothing but bone and rotting flesh, her body falling apart. Simultaneously, a tear ran down my eye, and my body began to shake in horror. This wasn't the woman I married, I thought to myself. She too began hobbling over to me, but didn't attack. Instead, her teeth grinded, and I heard her growling. But rather than do what I did to the others, I decided to leave her in one piece, leading her back to my car and pushing her undead corpse into the trunk, intending to return her to her grave. Faced with the option to let her sleep or to let her go, you decided to grab her and lead her to your car and stick her in the trunk, bro. I knew something was wrong with you up here. I knew something was wrong with you from the moment you said that you got a job at the cemetery. Okay, look, let's just keep going, bro. If all of the dead are awake, I thought to myself, before seeing another horde of corpses walking off down the old dirt road, all in the same direction. Where are they going, I wondered, as I slowly followed behind them in my car. I got a decent amount of it in me, so I can speak on this. That is called white people shit, okay? Look, where do you think they're fucking going, bro? Prom? Sure enough, not far down the road, I saw the 3 grave robbers stepping out of their truck and entering one of my small town's sleepy taverns. The artifact, I thought to myself, realizing that the creatures were being drawn to the very item that had awakened them from the dead. They must be after it. Peeled off, driving over the undead that I had followed down the road, their bodies crunching under my car as I sped over to the bar. I see you, rhyming author. On my way there, I couldn't help but hear my wife's growling coming from the trunk. Don't worry, you'll be back to sleep soon, I comforted her. Okay. Just as I had always done by her grave. I'm sure she's real comfortable in the trunk, bro. I entered the bar to find it empty, save for a single bartender and 3 patrons, having each nearly already slurped down their pints. Give me the pendant, I demanded, causing them to all turn around. You again, the short man replied. I said, give me the pendant, I repeated, unveiling the shovel. Listen, kid, we're sorry, all right? The bearded man began. Just be thankful you made it out alive. Now just forget about it and walk away. Even with the shovel, you're not gonna get the revenge you're looking for. And that's what I'm saying. I agree with Santa Claus, bro. Forget about the pendant. Who cares why they want it? Okay, they're clearly about to get eaten up and die and turn into corpses themselves. Let karma come back for them, bro. And that's the lesson of the entire video. You don't need to go seeking revenge, bro. You're not gonna get the revenge you're looking for. Do you, continue to do you, and let karma come back around on their ass. That's how you do it right there. And this man is trying to let you know. He's trying to let you know. You're trying to tell me that we awoke the dead by stealing the pendant, and now they're all outside about to bust in here and kill us all, the short man asked. Yes, that is exactly what I'm telling you, I said, growing nervous that the creatures could enter at any moment as my body began to shake. You know what, kid? I really didn't like you back at the graveyard, but maybe you ain't so bad. That's a funny one, the leader said. It isn't a joke, I insisted. That's when the bearded man grew tired of the conversation, hopped off his stool, and started walking over to me. Say it one more time. Tell me it ain't a joke one more time, and I'll put you back in the ground again. Why are you so aggressive, bro? You see, like, somebody has an opinion different than yours, you immediately try to fight, bro. You immediately resort to these or to this. That's what's wrong with the world, bro. Like, we gotta relax, man. Like, we gotta be able to have conversations. Like, why can't you hear bro out? Like, why can't you just look outside, bro? Look out the window. I tried to warn the leader, but he was much too focused on teaching me what he must have thought was some sort of lesson and struck me to the ground. Shut up, he screamed. Mister, you're making a mistake. You really need to turn around. He struck me again. I told you to shut up. That's when I saw the undead creatures proceed to attack his 2 friends, but this time I said nothing. I just watched on as blood continued to drip from my face and the sound of his friends screaming rang through the bar. What the f are you 2 idiots howling on about? The leader asked as he turned around to find his 2 friends being torn to pieces and devoured by the undead, who had now tripled in number and were heading towards us both. What the f, he cried out, looking back at me as he must have now realized that I had been telling the truth all along. But that's not possible. That's when I saw it again, shimmering in the light, the pendant dangling from the bearded man's pocket along with my wife's necklace. Suddenly, the creatures charged at him, and in the chaos, I seized the opportunity to reach out and snatch both items from his shirt before running off to the back of the bar. I looked back to see what happened to the leader of the grave robbers, but had turned a corner and could only hear him scream. I then smashed open a window with my shovel and jumped out, running for the parking lot and hopping into my car, where I peeled off, still terrified as I continued to run over creature after creature on my way down the dark, forested street back towards the graveyard. Once again, I could hear my wife's growling in the trunk. You still ain't got her out the trunk, bro? She's still back there doing what? Watching Hulu? She Hulu and hanging in the trunk, bro? Can you go get her out? She probably can't breathe in there. Hold up, if she's dead, she can't breathe. What am I talking about, bro? Once again, I could hear my wife growling in the trunk. I turned around to find the leader of the grave robbers alive and well, having clearly escaped the creatures at the bar, and followed me back to the graveyard, now aiming a shotgun at me. Now, this is where I'm going to actually give my thoughts on what's happening, because something just clicked. He is hallucinating. None of this is real. None of what he's just explained over the last however long it's been has been real life, bro. The person aiming a shotgun at him works at the cemetery. Watch, bro, watch. Our narrator is called, this is what we call an unreliable narrator. You can't trust him. He's full of shit. He's grieving, bro. He's seeing things up here. You can't trust that, bro. There's three sides to every story. Your side, my side, and the truth. And the truth is that we can't trust his side, bro. Give me the pendant, and I promise I'll walk away and leave you alone. Looking at the barrel of his gun and shaking in fear, I realized that I had no choice, and did as he asked. Reaching my hand into the dirt and removing the very artifact that had gotten us into the mess in the first place, I tossed it to him. He began to walk away, but then suddenly he stopped and turned back around. You really thought I was just gonna walk away like that before killing you? He said, as he moved closer and put the gun to my head, my back to the oil tycoon's grave. You meddling idiot. I closed my eyes and waited to hear the sound of him cocking the gun, but he never did. Instead, all I heard were the sounds of growling, screaming, and clawing. I opened my eyes to find my undead wife standing there, gnawing away at the man's jugular. Hold up. She's sucking his dick. Okay, as he looked at me, unable to speak, his only expression, that of confusion, as his last thought must have been how he had gone from hunter to hunted. After Annie was done with the bearded man, she let him go, his corpse dropping to the ground with a thud, and as he lay there, his arm outstretched, I saw the artifact dangling from his fingers. Once again, I took the pendant from him and once again tossed it back into the oil tycoon's grave before covering it with dirt and restoring the burial site. Let's hope this works, I said to my wife, who was just standing there, looking at me. Out of all the things you could have said to her, that she's standing there looking at you, not attacking you, all you have to say after all this time is, let's hope this works. I placed her necklace back around her neck. After returning my wife to her coffin and burying her for the second time in my life, I whispered my goodbyes to her gravestone, just as I had always done, before heading off back into the woods. You went back into the woods, bro? I wish I could say after all that, I was able to go back to the way things were, keeping my night watchman job and spending hours on end by my wife's final resting place. But after seeing what had become of her, it had finally become clear to me that she was no longer the Annie that I once knew and loved. You been knew that. You're an idiot, but it's fine. So I quit the graveyard night watchman job, never to return, until I do tomorrow, on the 10th anniversary of her passing, and nearly 5 years since my last visit. And when I do, I plan to retell her the story of the grave robbers, and how those 3 extra corpses ended up in the graveyard. Still, to this day, when I go to bed at night, the image of the cemetery's dead still haunts me. I just hope that if anyone stumbles onto a small graveyard in the middle of the wilderness with 3 unmarked graves where an oil tycoon is buried, they don't go digging for his treasure. I'm reading one of the comments, bro. It says, what on earth was that idiot's endgame? Yes, I've awakened the ravenous dead, but what I really need is some fucking antique pendant that is likely scarcely more than 100 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, that is reading horror stories on the No Sleep subreddit. Now, this was called I'm a Graveyard Watchman, My Wife's Corpse is Missing. This story, I'll give it a 7 out of 10, bro. It was decent. It was fun. You know, it had, that fictional element to it. But I was expecting something a little more gut-wrenching, a little more scary, a little more, like make me look over the shoulder type stuff. But yeah, man, that's gonna wrap it up with this video. If you did enjoy that video, please like, comment, and share. Subscribe if you are new, and like always, man, I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for rocking with me, and I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Peace out.